Eminem is exposed siding with Chris Brown over Rihanna incident.
Emma Watson shocks fans with her dating status.
And Trisha Paytas reveals who she married.
Ooh, all that and more on today's Daily Hollywood Rundown.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of a Daily Hollywood Rundown. I'm Emile Jr.
I'm Sussan Morad. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Tuesday. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. If it's your first time, if it's not your first time, but if you're not a subscriber, you know the drill. Hit that subscribe button right there and also hit the bell to be notified the second we post a new Clevver news update, and also leave us your comments because we love to read your comments.
We do.
And you might get featured in Fan of the Week or You're So Clever.
Yes, indeed. But guys, you have so much to talk about, starting with Ariana Grande and the birthday of Thank You Next. So a major happy birthday is in order for Thank You Next, Ariana Grande's jaw-dropping single. Ari posted a series of tweets giving her Pride and Joy anthem many shout-outs. She started off by saying, "Happy birthday, Thank You Next. I can't believe I spent more time alone this year than I have in my life. I can't believe how many sessions with my therapist I've had, how many times I've sung this song, how much I've learned and healed, how much I still have to learn and heal." She went on to add, "It's been one hell of a productive, emotional, wild, and yet happy year. Thankful for my babies who have provided me with endless strength, energy, and inspiration, and to my friends who have held me together on the road and at home. I'm sure they're just as exhausted." And it wouldn't be a complete Ariana tweet without a bit of self-deprecation. She added that she's still just as clueless when it comes to the subject of love. She said, "Update, I still don't know about love or have a clue what a personal life looks like other than hanging with pups and Piggy, which I've learned is actually more than enough." In her final tweet, Ariana revealed, quote, "My heart feels good. Even though everything is up in the air, I still have a million questions. I've accepted it and feel somewhat whole, and that feels like something worth sharing." So if you don't remember, Thank You Next was released shortly after her 5-month engagement to Pete Davidson ended and was the perfect rebound without actually having a rebound. And it was probably her most vulnerable song to date, so the emotional Twitter rant kind of makes sense if you really think about it.
I love Ari for her emotional Twitter rants. I love how open she always is, and she's one of those celebrities that often goes onto Twitter, and I can just imagine her sitting in bed at night, you know, surrounded by her pets and thinking in her thoughts and in her feelings and just, you know, tweeting and responding to people, and I love it. I love her for that.
No, Thank You Next is definitely a song that will go down in history as one of the most iconic songs. And yeah, I'm glad that she's celebrating this, and I can't wait to hear more from her.
So Emma Watson is someone that we love, and to be honest, we don't get the chance to talk about Emma nowhere nearly as much as we'd love to on DHR because she pretty much keeps a pretty low profile, right? She's always working hard and pretty low profile, but today Emma was trending on Twitter, and the reason why had a lot of people confused, shocked, and also had a lot of reactions. Emma Watson, who of course you would know rose to fame playing Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter films, was just interviewed by British Vogue, where she discussed her upcoming 30th birthday and how she used to feel so pressured by the milestone because she is unmarried and doesn't have a child yet. Thankfully, Emma doesn't feel this way anymore, but it really used to get under her skin, and she said she doesn't understand what the fuss is all about. She told British Vogue, "Why does everyone make such a big fuss about turning 30? This is not a big deal." She went on to say, quote, "Cut to 29 and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so stressed and anxious. And I realize it's because there is suddenly this bloody influx of subliminal messaging around. If you have not built a home, if you do not have a husband, if you do not have a baby and you are turning 30 and you're not in some incredibly secure, stable place in your career, or you're still figuring things out, there's just this incredible amount of anxiety." Now, you could have also missed this, but on October the 24th, Emma was spotted kissing a mystery man as reported by the Daily Mail, along with pictures of the two of them out at lunch kissing. And this news broke amid rumors that Emma and Tom Felton were dating. So while some might think that Emma may be in a relationship based on those pictures, Emma took the moment to explain that she is actually single, which is why Emma was trending. She said, quote, "I never believed the whole I'm happy single spiel. I was like, this is totally spill. It took me a long time, but I'm very happy being single. I call it being self-partnered." And just like that, Emma coined a brand new term to say you're single. It's self-partnered, and Twitter had a lot of reactions. Like this person who said, "Thanks to Emma Watson, the term self-partnered will now be overused on Twitter." Or this person who posted this Beyonce gif saying, "Emma Watson's Beyonce cover. All my self-partnered ladies, all my self-partnered ladies, all my self-partnered ladies." Okay, I'm not gonna try and sing that to you guys. Now put your hands up. I think that she has a positive way of thinking about being single. We could also use the term self-partnered to mean to look after oneself and do what is right for us individuals. And with this clip finally with Bretman Rock saying, Emma Watson, I'm very happy being single. I call it being self-partnered. My single hyping her up. Despite people having fun with the new term, the consensus generally though was people were here for Emma and her self-love term. I love that, self-partnered. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I think that's a very unique way to say it, and I think we should all be self-partnered first, and then we can love on other people if we choose, but really invest in those self-partnerships, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So we have some Trisha Paytas news. You know, recently she revealed that she was getting married, and now we know who, or should I say what, she got married to. So it's only been a few weeks since Trisha controversially announced that she's transgender. Then she issued an apology video about many of her misinformed claims she made in that video, but still stood by her revelation. We're not gonna get into all that here because weirdly enough, it seems all of that is behind her because she is now focusing on her marriage. Last week she posted a video called I'm Getting Married Next Week, actually, but she didn't reveal who she was marrying. She said, quote, they're well known, but they're just a private person. So even though they're a public person, they're private. And that's pretty much all she said about her man. Her fans and followers were trying to solve the mystery of who she was marrying all week online. Then on her big day, Trisha posted the pic saying, today was wild. I got married and got to go on stage with Chris Angel. So much to talk about, but I'll see you on Monday, social media. Gotta wrap my head around all this. She also posted a number of other pictures from her big day and bachelorette, but hid who she actually married until now. Just this morning, she uploaded her official wedding video where she got married in Las Vegas a week after announcing an engagement and wedding. And who did she marry? None other than a cardboard cutout of Brad Pitt. Yep, you heard right. In the 7-minute video she uploaded to her channel, Trisha came down the aisle arm in arm with her mother to meet Brad, who was actually voiced by one of her friends.
This is so exciting. I never thought I would find someone who wouldn't leave me.
Ultimately, Trisha sealed the deal with a full-blown makeout session with the cardboard before carrying it down the aisle with her. I don't even know what to say. We've completely been trolled again by Trisha, but this is a whole new level. And needless to say, a lot of fans were not thrilled by the stunt from Trisha. One person wrote, quote, viewers, Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau's wedding was the fakest wedding I've ever seen. Trisha, hold my sex toys. Another said, next video, Brad Pitt has restraining order against me. But other fans just saw the comedy in the whole thing. One person wrote, this is a perfect example of a mother's unconditional love and support, LMAO. And another said, she's actually tearing up while she's talking to a cardboard.
I can't with this video.
Yeah.
I watched this and I was like, the whole way through I was like, really? Really? Is this really, really happening? Wow. Whole new level, Trisha, whole new level.
Yeah, at this point, all you can do is laugh and just go about your day.
All right, you guys, so switching gears for our next story. Before we get into it, I just need to give a trigger warning that some of the references in this story refer to violence against women, so only watch if you feel comfortable. Now, Eminem looks like he might have some explaining to do based on some song lyrics that have been leaked that reference Rihanna. According to multiple online reports, including both Complex and E! News, there has been a snippet of a leaked verse by Eminem that has been circulating on Twitter and Reddit. And in it, Eminem sides with Chris Brown while rapping about Chris's 2009 assault on Rihanna. According to reports, the leaked verse is allegedly from recording sessions for Eminem's 2009 album Relapse, where he allegedly raps the words, "Of course I side with Chris Brown, I'd beat a down too." According to Complex, the song never made it onto the Relapse album, but that a different version of it was released that had references to other instances of violence against famous celebrity women. Of course, this news comes as a shock considering that Eminem and Rihanna have collaborated on music together in the past, including tracks Love the Way You Lie, Numb, and Monster. And let's just say people on Twitter are so not here over this news and are coming to Rihanna's defense on Twitter while dragging Eminem over these allegations. Like this person who said, "To think that Rihanna is mainly the sole reason Eminem got bought into the 2010s since she graciously featured him on her own verses." And this person who said, "Eminem grown really glorifying Rihanna abuse for a damn song after my fave lent her vocals to numerous songs for him is disgusting." And also this person who said, "She basically gave him 2 #1 hits and helped keep him relevant. Rihanna is unbothered, but this is another item on Eminem's long list of problematic verses and quotes against women." We haven't heard from either camps on this just yet, but we'll be sure to keep you posted when we do. This is pretty full on. I was pretty shocked to see this, and it is disgusting. Yes, the verse didn't actually make it onto the album, but that doesn't change the fact that it was actually wrapped and now that it's been leaked.
Yeah, and fans, have every right to be upset and to speak their mind, and it'll be interesting to see, if we hear from any of them regarding this, but yeah, I was shocked to hear that. All right, guys, it is time for the final rundown. 1 minute and 30 starting now. Selena Gomez is on the top of the Billboard chart. So Selena has scored her very first #1 hit with Lose You to Love Me on the Billboard Hot 100. Obviously, Selena is over the moon after Lose You to Love Me hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. She went straight to Instagram to share her reaction. My first #1. This song is so dear to my heart. I've been working so hard to make this album as honest and fun as possible while remaining vulnerable enough to share where I am in life. I love you deeply and thank you so much for listening. I want to thank each and every person that was a part of this moment that I'll never forget. And as if things couldn't get any better, Selena is also now the first and only artist to ever hold the #1 spot on the Billboard Top 100 and the Rolling Stone 100 chart at the same time.
Congratulations, Selena. Now moving on to Joey King, who is opening up about working with her ex-boyfriend Jacob Elordi on the sequel to their Netflix hit, The Kissing Booth. Joey spoke about reuniting with Jacob while on the podcast Mood with Lauren Elizabeth, and she said, I know what everyone wants to know, of course. It was crazy. It was a wild experience, but honestly, it was a really beautiful time because I learned a lot about myself and I grew as an actor. I grew as a person on this. And as for what it was like working on love scenes with Jacob, she said, it was fine. It was good.
All right, but speaking of relationships, Miley Cyrus unfollowed Liam Hemsworth and Caitlyn Carter on Instagram. It's unclear when she unfollowed them, but fans noticed her follow list. Liam doesn't follow Miley anymore either, but Caitlyn does still follow Miley. So this news comes, oh no.
When does this news come?
It comes just hours after Caitlyn admitted she fell in love with Miley during their brief fling. So that is the final rundown. A little sad.
All right, you guys, well, that is it for today's episode of the Daily Hollywood Rundown. But before you run away on the rundown, from the rundown, I really want to know, were you excited to hear about Emma Watson today? I miss hearing about Emma Watson. It was really great getting to talk about Emma. And also, what do you think of her new term, self-partnered?
Yes.
It could be around for a lot longer than 2019.
Let us know.
In the comments.
And also, I want to know what you think about Trisha Paytas and her new marriage. Let us know in the comment section below, and we'll be back here tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Hold on, before you go anywhere, you need to catch up on yesterday's episode of DHR if you haven't seen it yet. We've done all the work. It's like right here. All you need to just click.
Yeah, and also while you're there, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that bell because you don't want to miss a single thing.